Hey, everybody. Hello. Welcome again to Let's Talk Mental Issues. This is number 5. I entitled today's message, Rainy Days and Every Day Always Get Me Down, right? It's the Karen Carpenter song, Rainy Days and Mondays Always Get Me Down. But for some of us, it can be that every day can get us down. What I wanted to talk about today sort of belays back to the previous episode where we discussed and talked about not just the little things becoming mountains and that, which does stretch into that, but just there's so much more that I could layer and layer with all of these videos. So I'm going to try to overlay, come back, and that. So a couple of things to talk about today is that rainy days can do an effect on you. It's dark, it's dreary. I know, especially when time change comes and it gets darker for so much longer in a day. You look outside and it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon, it's pitch black. And you get up and by noon it's pitch black. You know what I mean? I think the sun comes up like for an hour in the wintertime, right? So it can wear on you. And they say that people that travel in space in the future, that same kind of thing will happen to them. So that's kind of interesting, right? That you can just do that here on Earth, checking that out. But I guess what I want to talk about then is, so what do I do on days like that? What do I do? What should we do? And again, I always reiterate this. When I say we, I'm talking about myself because I know what I have and what I deal with and what I talk about as far as my depression, the anxiety, the bipolar, and that. And I want you to understand, I know that there's more than just me out there, right? You may have a friend, a family member, even yourself as you're watching these going, he's describing me to a T. I've had a couple of people that have reached out to me and said, that's me. So what I want to say is whenever I say we, I really mean me, but I want you to know that there are others out there just like you, okay? But I think for me and I think we go through a process of the doldrums, if you will, and what do we do with that day? What goes on there? And again, it's up here. It's that mental mindset that's up here that we grab a hold of whatever. And when you start, one of the things that I've learned is that we all have choices that we make, right? And one of those choices is you can be positive or you can be negative. And what we tend to do is we tend to, I think, look for that negative, thinking that maybe starting there might be a way to lift us up, make us feel better. Or also you have if you find a positive, you're always looking for a negative to that positive. And that, for me, in my mind, everything is black and white. There's not a lot of gray. And I will tell you that can be of a lot of people. There's very little white, very little black, and a whole lot of gray. And that can be tough. It can be tough dealing with that on a daily basis. So whether it's raining or not, right? So what I find to get, the ball rolling here with what I'm talking about, it's just sometimes you've gotten out of bed, you've gotten up, you've gotten your day started. Okay, I'm feeling all right. And you go out, you get in your car, maybe you're driving somewhere, somebody cuts you off and you're thinking, pal, what are you doing? Well, like I said, most people, and I say this all the time, most people can let it go. Do you want to know where road raging comes from? It comes from people with mental issues is where it comes from. And argue it to a T, I have no issue with. Some people are just jerks, right? But let me explain to you how a mental thing works, especially with me, and I think that we can relate to this. Let's just say that somebody cuts you off, right? And you're driving along, they cut you off, and they go and they drive up another 50 feet, right? And then they turn in front of you, and it's like, why didn't you just stay behind me and then turn so I didn't have to put on my brakes? Well, see, a regular person jaunts on down the road. A person like myself may feel like, you know what, I have to talk to this person. I got to find out what the reasoning was behind this. Why are you doing what you're doing? And, you know, and you go up and they get out of the car and you go, hey, why did you come jerk and go around me and cut me off and then turn in front of me? Why didn't you just stay behind me? Mind your business, you know, and what we're doing is escalating a situation that didn't need escalating. It's just as simple as that. Well, again, is it right or is it wrong? You got to understand that's the noggin knocker that goes on up here. And it really does not, it's not that I'm intending to be a jerk, and it's not that I'm intending to be confrontational. What goes on in here for me anyway is I want to understand the why reasoning behind thought process. A lot of people will tell you that I'm condescending. A lot of people will tell you that I talk down to people. A lot of people will tell you that that's a very unbecoming trait that I have. And I will tell you, I've had it probably my whole life. I'm not trying to be that way. I'm really, really not. I'm not trying to be that way. It's just, I want to understand where the thought process comes in. So as I'm trying to understand a person's thought process, I have to, in my mind, I have to pull back all of it and act like, okay, you're completely stupid. So explain it to me like I'm 5, because what you did has no common sense would do. And maybe even just while watching this and going through this, you're going to go, God, this guy's a bit of a jerk in these respects. And that's okay. You understand? I'm okay with whatever thoughts or processes you have with those things, because that's not really what I want you to focus on here. What I want you to focus on is, well, wait a minute, I got a cousin that acts like that. I got a dad that acts like that. My sister-in-law's cousin acts like whatever. And I want you to understand it's not necessarily that we're trying to come off belligerent or as a jerk or anything like that. It's an understanding we're trying to have because our mind processes things way differently. One of the things I have realized over the years is that there's a 99 percentile group that goes into the thought process this way, and I'm in that 1% that goes off this way. Okay. So as I've learned that about myself, I try to pull back the reins, but you know, I've never understood that if you're given for example, a list of instructions and it goes do A first, you know, A and then B and then C and then D, why somebody grabs D and does R and then goes back to C and then goes, well, I don't understand what's going on here. Why didn't you just start with A to begin with? I mean, there's a reason why A or number 1 is in an instruction, right? And so the understanding and thought process of why do it another way. Is it because you think that the people that originally made this, that that they didn't know what they were doing? So it's just kind of those things. But I mean, I'm talking the minutia of little things. Here's one that everybody will relate to. Everybody will relate to this. This is a fun one, all right? And this is not just a conversation starter. This can turn into full-blown argument, right? And is there a right or wrong answer? I don't know. Well, we can discuss. You ever have somebody who doesn't know how to put a new roll of toilet paper on the toilet paper roll? Huh? Anybody? You come in and the roll's sitting next to it, beside it, on top of the empty roll. And then you go, okay. And you pull the empty one off and you put a new roll on, boom, and you walk away, right? And invariably down the road you hear, you put that on the wrong way. Now, I'm not just talking about my wife. I'm not. I'm talking about you put it on the wrong way. Is there really a wrong way to put on toilet paper? It rolls under or it rolls over. But either way, it rolls, right? Well, if you go back and look at the original U.S. patent that applied, the gentleman that did it over. Now, I got that because there's less waste that goes this way. And also, if you ever owned a cat or a young child, you know that going under and then it gets balled up and thrown in the toilet and a flush happens, they like to just sit and watch and go, bzzz, right? Okay, well, when you walk in the restroom and it's not even on the thing, the thought process is, why is this so hard? Why can't this just be a simple, it's out and I put the other one on? Why can't that be done? See, now to me, as a crazy person, if you will, I'm looking at that going, that is just so simple. That is so easy, right? But then to get the extra argument in of you put it on the wrong way. Are you nuts? Is there really a right way to put on toilet paper? Well, again, this goes back to it's like every day, every single day, you're going to have something that's going to come up that's going to make it a rainy day. And it could be creamy versus crunchy peanut butter. Really, folks, this is what I'm talking about. And you understand that up here, processes. I mean, I get up in the morning. You know what I'm already thinking about? What am I fixing for dinner? What am I going to do for dinner? I'm already that far ahead in thought process. Now, if it's a high priority of whatever reason, I'll jump on it right away. But if it's not, well, then we, push it off till later. Okay. But I'm telling you that every day can be a rainy day. Every day can be a day that can bring you down. Okay. But what we've got to do, we've got to get help. I've said it before. I'll say it again. Get you a rock. Who can you call? Who can you grab a hold of and say, this person's going to be my anchor. They're not going to let me drown. They're not going to let me fall into anything. I can call them 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, and they'll answer the phone and they will be my lifeline. Okay. They'll be that rock no matter what the situation. You have to have those. Don't have those? Get a hold of me. Okay. Doug Clark II. I'm on Facebook. Friend me. Hey, I've watched your videos. I need help. I've got these videos out on Reddit. Go out there under bipolar, mental health issues. Go out there, look for them. Find me. Okay. I would rather you have me to talk to, and I will listen. I'll talk. I'll throw out advice, but I'll listen. And at least you have another rock maybe, or have a rock that you didn't have before. Talked to a gentleman the other day. He told me, I don't have any family. I'm in the hospital. I'm up here in Canada. I'm going through a lot. I was like, dude, here's my info. Contact me. He was like, thank you so very much. I was like, no problem. That's what we have to be here for each other. Okay. And so what I'm saying is that today, when I woke up, it was a rainy day. It's rained off and on all day. That's what got me thinking about rainy day, and Mondays always get me down. And I was like, well, today's Tuesday and I can get down, or Wednesday and I can get, so rainy day and every day can get you down. All right. Again, it goes back to what choices do I make? And as we're making these choices, be it the guy cutting you off or the toilet paper or any other number of issues that come up. All right. Remember that you can make choices, positive choices or negative choices. And what a great thing to do, and I'm going to tell everybody out here to do this, not just those with issues or without mental issues. Take a piece of paper, make it into 4 quadrants, okay? And then at the top of this, I want you to put your highest priorities in life. And then I want you to take to the left of your sheet, and I want you to put all the stuff that's negative right now in your life, but is high priority, whatever it is. I'm in a bad marriage. I got whatever. Okay. All these different things. All right. It could be a medical issue, whatever. And then over on the right-hand side, I want you to take all the positive things and then future positive things you're looking forward to, paying off your mortgage, paying off your house, whatever those things are. Okay. And then what I want you to do is look at all the negative, look at all the positive, and then I want you to ask yourself, which ones do you want to go for? Do you want to go for the negative things, or do you want to go for the positive things? You say, well, yeah, Doug, I really want to go for these positive things. Then what I want you to do, I want you to take that line in the middle of the paper, okay? And I want you to shove it over towards as many of those negative things as you can, all right? And then take all those positive things that you think are way far out, move them closer to the middle, okay? And then find newer things that you maybe even haven't thought about, whether it's a trip to Disney World with your grandkids and you don't even have grandkids or whatever, and put those on the way far out. And I'm going to tell you what's going to happen, because this has worked for me. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. You're going to stop focusing on those negative things, because those aren't getting you anywhere. And yeah, they're there, but listen, you can't live in the past. You can't live for those things. You have to live for these positive things that are here and now, and then also the positive things that you can see in the future. And I'm going to tell you that personally, I got to tell you something. I start doing these videos, and I'm doing them for me. You understand that? I'm doing them for me, and I want to help people, and I'm doing it for those reasons. No unselfish reasons. I'm not trying anything else. I just want to help people. I want to help people get better. I want to talk about mental health issues. I want to talk about these things. I have 3 daughters that one of them I haven't spoken to in 5 years. One of them, I've talked on and off texting wise, and I saw 2 of them about a month and a half ago. But other than that, I hadn't seen them in over 2 years. And it's just really on me. And I want to tell you, it's painful and it hurts, because they're my children and I love them and I want to be a part of their lives. But, you know, Dougie's messed up, and I'm messed up here, and I've messed up with things that have come out of here, and I've just messed up. But I started doing these videos, and each one of them watched 1 or 2 of them, I don't know, but they watched them. And last Friday, in one day, all 3 of them contacted me by text message. And one of them actually called and talked to me. My youngest talked to me. And I got to tell you, it's the greatest day I've had in 2 years. The greatest day I've had in 2 years. And I can't tell you how good it made me feel. And my oldest one has said, you know what? How about if we start texting once a week? Do you know, remember the small thing that becomes a mountain? This was just, I talked about the roller coaster, right? Well, you know, I was high off of the 2, but then when my middle one, when she contacted me, thoughtful in everything she told me that she has learned in college, and I'm assuming based on everything, she's going into this field because of what she's seen happen with her dad. And I'm hoping that maybe we can reconcile and we can get together at some point down the road and talk about these things. But I'm just telling you guys that that's something that I didn't think would happen for a long, long time. And it happened way faster than I thought. And I got to tell you, today is not a rainy day. Today and tomorrow aren't going to be rainy days. I mean, I'm like, wow. And I'm keeping my roller coaster here. Okay. I really am. But I got to tell you, it was just wonderful to see just even the smallest progress with my kids, just the smallest of progress with my kids. And so I'm saying to you out there, you might be in a similar situation with family, with friends, with somebody that you think you've ruined a relationship with. I'm still trying to get in contact with my friend Sean Burt. And that, you know, there's so many things I've got yet to do, and they're on this side of the ledger. I'm not worried about these things anymore. Get rid of that crap. Okay, so we're at the 20-minute mark, and I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in, each and every one of you for watching these. It has been such an encouragement to me to watch these videos hit 50 and that plus views and getting likes and everything. So thank you so much. I'm going to see you the next time I have an idea for a video. I'm going to see you guys. I thank you very much. You guys have a great day, okay? Bye-bye.